To present the Lifetime Achievement Award, please welcome to the stage former Eisenhower Trophy winner and Halberg Disability Sport Foundation trustee, Phil Tatorangi.
Ngā mihi koutou. Good evening. It's an honour to be here this evening and to represent all the trustees of the Halberg Disability Sport Foundation and to be here to present the 2015 Lifetime Achievement Award. Each year this award is given to an individual who has given of themselves, given outstanding service to the sport of their choice as a competitor, as a coach or an administrator, and hasn't generally been recognised in public. I'd also like to take this opportunity that as trustees we were given a long list of 24 different people that were put forward, and you think the judging panel have a tough time choosing the winners with this. They represented 20 different sports, and I'd also just like to acknowledge those people that are not going to receive the award this evening because they also could have easily been up here to receive this award. This award is judged, as I said, by the trustees of the Halberg Disability Sport Foundation, and it's incredibly important because it recognises New Zealanders that have demonstrated a lifetime of commitment to their respective sports and whose contribution has made a difference to our sporting landscape. Quite simply, sport in Aotearoa would not exist without people like those that have been nominated for this award this evening. It is my absolute pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2015 Lifetime Achievement Award is a stalwart of athletics in New Zealand. Homai te Pakipaki Ashley Taylor.
In his 84 years, Ashley Taylor has won 6 national championship titles, including back-to-back wins in the senior 120-yard hurdles in 1953 and 1954. In the next 60 years, he would go on to hold significant officiating positions on the world's sporting stage. As an administrator, he has played a major role in shaping New Zealand athletics as council member and as president. Ashley Taylor is a life member and is one of the most respected figures in the sport.
Go right ahead over there. Go.
Congratulations, Ashley Taylor. Amazing achievement. You've obviously seen some amazing moments in your career. Have there been any standouts?
Well, I think the thing is when you've been involved in a certain activity for 60 plus years, and when we all think back in that period of time, it really has been amazing to see just what changes have been made. And I have certainly seen them. In the days when I first started competing, which was the 1950s, in fact, there was no such thing as electronic timing and photo finish. It was the good old stopwatch. And there were various comments made about the fact that there were some older people on the watches, the track was downhill, and that there were other things happening. Because in those very early days, we didn't have an anemometer. And an anemometer is for measuring the wind. And I can remember a certain gentleman from here in Auckland, the principal of Mount Albert Grammar, I think it was, Herbie Towers, who used to hold his finger up to determine whether or not the wind speed had been over 2 metres per second, as it needed to be under 2 metres per second if there was a record time. So that perhaps just shows how things have changed over the years.
What is it that has driven you to dedicate your life to athletics in New Zealand?
Well, I think it's one of those things that I've always been a person who, in fact, was interested in sport. I didn't really come from a sporting family, but it was something that I can remember my father listening to the radio in both cricket and rugby in the early days. And initially at school, I played cricket, I played rugby. But then one day at school, someone said, we're going to have some tests for the hurdles at lunchtime. Ash, what about participating? I said, I've never hurdled. I don't think anyone else has. And I won that. I then won the secondary schools championship, and then things progressed from there. And I decided that, in fact, it was far easier to run 120 yards, it was yards in those days, than it was playing rugby and fall down and get injuries. So that's really how I started, and sure, as a competitor though, in fact, I had previously started in cross-country. And I did run in 1947 over the Ellerslie racecourse, up the steeplechase course over the hill, youngest competitor in the field. But once again, 120 yards sounded very much easier than running 4 miles.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Ashley Taylor.
Yeah, congratulations, Ashley, a lifetime in the sport you love. We talked earlier about...